Making any money, says she has a proven system of job costing that can radically increase your profitability. Marley Majcher, she is an entrepreneur, you're a coach, she's the founder of The Party Goddess.
Yes.
She's here with us on Colorado's Best. Thanks for being here.
Thank you for having me.
Yeah.
I love it. I love Colorado.
It is awesome. I know you flew in here from California for a big family reunion,
yes,
right?
and
Glad to have you.
It's so fun, yeah. And so then I got to bring the inspiration behind But Are You Making Any Money? My book
your dad's over here in the studio watching.
My dad is here, and it's so fun, yeah, because he never saw the results. He just saw the book, and then now I get to say, yeah, I get to do all these other things.
So the name of your book, I love it. It came from your dad.
It came from my dad because basically so many of us, especially women, we start businesses that we love and that we're passionate about. You know, cupcakes or cookies or catering or dog walking, whatever.
Yeah,
but
it's all about passion.
It's all about passion, and we don't focus on the bottom line. And so one night at dinner, I was talking to my parents, and I was like, and then we're going to do this party and this celebrity, and he's like, I don't care about any of that. I mean, he couldn't pick a celebrity out of a crowd of one. And it's like, but are you making any money? And I remember that moment so well, like, because the tears were just like right here, and I was like,
I don't know,
and I think, and he's like, well, then what are you doing? Like, and he got
you to break it down and focus.
He got me to focus, and then I knew at that point I really had to. I was like tired of my own story of, oh, I'm creative, I'm busy, I have kids, who cares?
But are you making any money?
And if you're not, that's okay. But then decide it's a hobby. Right?
Okay.
Totally. It's completely fine to have a hobby. It's completely fine to not make
correctly
a lot of money.
Okay.
But don't pretend you're in it to make money when you're not taking it seriously.
All right, so let's say someone's out there, they've decided, I'm going to be an entrepreneur, I've started my business. You can help them get focused. This is where your 100%. Coaching background comes in. You've got some simple steps to kind of take us through.
Yes, and it's all, and the important thing is it's as a result of my own mistakes. So I still currently run my company, so that's the nice thing is that I understand what it's like to do business in this economy and be challenged and stressed and have all the technology things as well. But the first thing I say is really start with a plan. Even if you've been in business 2 years or 10 years, or you're just starting, literally just write a one-page business plan. It helps you focus so much, and you can just Google one-page business plan and just type in something quick and dirty to focus on your target audience, focus on your expenses, and all those things that you're going to need to start that business so that you've got something concrete in front of you.
All right, and then your next one is show me the money.
Show me the money, and really focus on tracking your time and really realizing that you have to, that business costs money to start up, and it's really twofold. It's not just how long it's going to take to be profitable, but it's also how much it really costs to start the business. You know, in construction, they say like have your budget and then double or triple it. Business is the same way. It's just going to cost a lot more than you think.
Yeah.
And so that's why it goes to that point of tracking your time and why it's so important.
Because it really is when they say time is money. If you're spending tons and tons and tons of time and making very little, I mean, that's ridiculous.
Well, and the other thing I always say is I can always make more money. I can never get more time.
You can't make that time back.
You can't make that time back. So you have to be just really conscious of it. And it's not hard, but if you track your time in 15-minute increments, just like a lawyer does, and you just jot down notes about what you're doing, I find most of the problems in business relate to how people are spending their time. Because they'll say, well, I need more business, I need more this and more that. First thing I say to them is, track your time for a week and show it to me.
Track it. Okay.
Then they show it to me, and it will, all the problems are right there. It's like, you're networking, you're doing this, you're so busy, but how many clients did you get out of those networking events? Well, I haven't yet.
Not
okay, well,
yet,
how
but
many,
it's looking promising.
How many clients did you get volunteering for that organization? Well, none. Okay, well, volunteer, but don't say that you're working.
Don't over-volunteer.
Don't over-volunteer, and then it boils down to really just saying, what are your goals and what are you not hitting in your business, and then refocusing your time accordingly.
Right, so after you're tracking your time, then you are helping people kind of set up a way to guard their time.
Correct, so that it's basically, just think of it exactly like this. If I give my stockbroker $10,000, I have an expectation of a rate of return. I want to make $11,000, let's say, in a certain amount of time.
Right.
Your time is exactly the same way. If you say, I'm going to spend 2 hours or 3 hours on something, what do you want to get out of it? Do you want 1 new client, 2 new clients? How big would the project be? And when you start looking at things that way, it's a whole different picture. You stop having 2-hour lunches. You're like, yeah, you can pick my brain for 20 minutes on a conference call. How's that? And oh, by the way, email me your questions ahead of time.
Yeah.
And when you start
You've got to keep in mind that return on investment.
You have to keep coming back to that and saying, what do you want out of it?
Right.
And then when you start getting mindful of it, it's like being on a diet. You know, all of a sudden you're like, ooh, I was eating a lot. Like, you're going to start cutting
There's the
that
accountability, you know, because you're tracking it.
because you're tracking it, and all the patterns show up when you track it. It's so simple.
All right, yeah, this next one, it's really important, especially for women, you say,
Yes.
because when women start their own businesses, it's really hard to ask for help.
It's really hard to ask for help, and a lot of times we don't come from traditional business backgrounds. I mean, I happen to go to business school, and that's also kind of, I think, what makes me a little more compassionate, because I still get stuck, even though I have that background. But we have to have like a mastermind group or an unofficial board of directors. You know, men, I think, are more often used to that concept. Women aren't. And so get other women in business that they don't have to be your best friends. They don't have to be your competitor, just so that you have a place that you can meet every month, or somebody to call and say, listen, I can't make payroll, and I don't know why. Can you help me out? Or I just was served with a lawsuit. What do I do? Just other people, because they've been through it, and they can just say, oh, just do this, this, and this.
Don't be afraid to ask for help. Don't be afraid to ask for advice.
We all have issues in our businesses. Me, currently, right now, no matter how big or how small, we all have issues. So if you just get used to asking the questions, you can fix them.
Good stuff. I like your tips. I like your energy. You're very cool.
Thank you.
And
Thanks.
Marley, you have a free monthly coaching program coming up.
Yes.
It's for entrepreneurs and small business owners. It's called,
But Are You Making Any Money? Academy.
Right.
And the website is just the acronym